remind you as to why you're here. As you just heard, I've spent pretty much my entire life, my adult life, working, building a career in the real estate business, a career that I love, by the way. And I've been rewarded well, not just monetarily, but in relationships. And I've sometimes wondered how my life might have been different if I had lived the more traditional role of wife and mother. I won't extol the virtues of either, as they both have merit. I've had opportunities that I probably wouldn't have had if I had been raising children. But after spending last week at the beach, spring break with my nieces, I understand and realized I've missed out on other opportunities as well. How we live our day-to-day lives boil down to the choices we make on a daily basis. Our lives in the end will reflect a collaboration of the choices we make. And we all have a choice, a say-so, in how we live and how we are remembered. Since you're here graduating, I would have to assume that many of you are commencing a life-changing decision, as in a career or maybe a new job even. So I'm going to ask you to put aside what you plan to do, what your family thinks you should do, and think back to when you were a child. What made you happy then? Often in doing this exercise, we can tap into where our passions lie. I have to tell you, when I was a kid, I would sit around drawing house plans on graph paper. And then, in my early 20s, when I was attending school here, I built my first house. And I learned early on that building and selling homes, residential housing, that's where my passion lies. Think about what you love and where your passion lies and how fueling that passion can help others. If you have a passion that can be developed to help others, you hold in you a fire that cannot be contained. Figure out how to turn that passion into the benefit of others, and I promise you'll be successful, because you'll never give up. I think of the kid whose passion was snowboarding. He figured out how to turn that snowboarding skill into instructional videos that made him not only an immensely happy guy, but a wealthy one as well. I think of the professional executive. She was already thought of as a success in her career simply because she made a six-figure salary. She started a weight loss and fitness regimen that not only changed her physically, but emotionally as well. She then went on to become a certified personal trainer, and she now helps others on their journeys to wellness. It's not all about the money. It can never be about the money. But when the money does come, it's nice, of course. There's something more important. Recently, just this past Christmas, at a Christmas party, a fellow realtor, her husband came up to me at the Christmas party and he told me, "Thank you for what you did for us." And I probably looked confused because he went on to explain that because I had believed in and mentored his wife, that I had not only impacted her life, but his life and the life of their children as well, which now enables him to stay at home and take care of the children, as she's a top-selling producer. She had done all the work. All I did was encourage her, believe in her, give her a pep talk every now and then. Hearing that from him meant more to me than making $1 million. And I told him that. I encourage you all to be conscious of those around you. Sometimes all a person needs asked me, why don't you learn to fly? And I looked at him surprised and said, you think I could? He said, of course. And pretty much the rest is history. I went on to get my private pilot certificate, land and sea. My instrument rating, probably one of my most proud accomplishments. I still love being in the air almost as much as breathing. Learning to fly changed my life. It's opened doors that I never would have gone through without being a pilot, and introduced me to relationships I would never have had without becoming a pilot, including meeting my husband David. I should add. So I tell God up in heaven today, I can't walk on water, but I can land on it thanks to you believing in me. I hope I made him proud. So lastly, I want to encourage all of you to simply enjoy the journey. Don't get so wrapped up in dreams and aspirations of what you want to do and be that you miss out on the simple joys of simply living. Make conscious decisions to enjoy life. Even if it's something as simple as getting up for a quiet meditation or watching the sunset. Remember that sometimes you feel most alive when you face fear and uncertainty. Never stop learning. Make it your resolution to control what you can, accept what you can't, and most importantly, just to embrace life and make the best of it. You alone are responsible for how yours turns out if you're blessed with good health. It sounds cliche, but it is the truth. We so often take our good health for granted, and the fact that we live in the greatest country on the planet, full of opportunities for those who will embrace them. You can and will most often benefit when others believe in you and offer to help you. Accept it when it's offered. And remember to pass it along when it's your turn. Thank you, and congratulations.